Well, I finally did it. I finally figured out how to keep my pond looking pristine all summer long. This year I changed up my maintenance routine a little bit, and I could not be more pleased with the results. Check this thing out. Look how perfect this water looks. I got a little riffraff in the water here from some storms as of late, but look how clear that water is. Obviously there's dye in it, but the water clarity is on point. And we don't have the best weather to be shooting a video like this today, so maybe I'll throw some footage from earlier this summer in here as I talk to you guys. But I have been working with the Pond Guy this summer, using a set of their products, and man, they got it figured out. In years past, I've kind of just cobbled together my own solution, but this year I used the ClearPAC Plus system from the Pond Guy. Now I will show you those products here in a moment, but I'm not going to deep dive on all those and how you use them. I made an entirely separate video about that. I'll link it down below if you want to see how you actually use these products. But today I want to talk about the results, my experience, what I liked, what I didn't like, if anything, and just some other changes I made to this pond to keep it looking like this all summer long. Right out of the gate, I think one of the biggest things that makes a difference with this setup versus what I was previously doing is the dosage interval. So with the ClearPAC system, you dose the pond every 2 weeks. Previously, I was throwing bacteria blocks into this thing like every 45 or 60 days. And I think that's just common sense, right? I mean, what's better for you? Consistently going to the gym or doing it every 60 days? Obviously, you can change the dosage interval on any product, only if it's designed to do so, but there's far more to it than that. The second thing I noticed that I think made a huge difference is the fact that this year I was using a phosphate binder. And in the case of ClearPAC, it's EcoBoost PRx. Let's go look at these products over here. So here is the ClearPAC system. This is actually ClearPAC, and then you add the Algae Defense, and that's Plus. This is kind of a as needed. This is your normal routine maintenance. Here's the phosphate binder. Effectively what this does is remove nutrients from the water, so then the algae has nothing to consume and grow. And this comes in a powder form that you mix with water and throw in the water. This is your PondClear. This is for your water column to keep the water nice and clear. These come in packets, like so. And the consistency of this powder in here is what is free floating in there whenever you mix that up. And then your MuckAway. These come in like little Altoid tablets. This is to help keep the bottom of your pond very nice and sludge free. I use it a lot right here in our beach area. So those three are preventative every 2 weeks, and then you have your pond dye, which is as needed, along with Algae Defense when you do on occasion get some algae blooms. But I've never used EcoBoost or a phosphate binder in general in the past, and actually EcoBoost is also in the PondClear as well, so it gives more credence to that being the big helper. But it's not something I've ever used out here before. And just look at this thing. The results speak for themselves. Hopefully the sun will poke out here in a minute and get some real good shots of this. The next thing on my list that I think's done a really good job this year is going to be the pond dye. Now, if you've been with the channel for a while, you know that I've been using pond dye on this thing for, I don't know, 6 years, pretty much since we dug the pond 7 years ago or so. At that time, it didn't have any water in it. Huge fan of pond dye. The premise is that it helps prevent sunlight from penetrating the water to stop algae growth. However, up until this year, I was using these giant 2.5 gallon jugs from Tractor Supply, priced at like 70 bucks or so, and it dyed the water, but the color it always turned the pond was kind of over-engineered, if you will, or industrial. It was almost too bright of a blue. It looked a little out of place. And while this year we used Nature's Blue from the Pond Guy, I honestly think it has more of a green tone to it. I'm sure it renders a little different on camera. It looks less industrial to me, and it does a very fine job at filtering out light. I don't know where it was I read, but if you can put your arm in the water and get it down to about your elbow and you can't see your fingers, that's how you know your pond is dyed appropriately. And what really blew my mind, I was skeptical at first. I truly was. I had to talk to Jason, their president, about this. 4 times concentrated, treats like a gallon. I didn't believe it, but man, is it true. So in summers past, I would, not kidding, I would have put 5 2.5 gallon jugs from Tractor Supply in this, maybe 4, but 10 to 12.5 gallons of dye in this thing every summer. Dye, liquid with dye in it. 12 gallons. This year, I'm not kidding, from early April when I first dosed this to now, which is mid-August, I've only used 5 of these. This stuff's awesome. Oh, and we've had record rains this year, so we've been turning the water a whole lot more, and of course I'm still leaking all through here, and the pond is actually over full. I gotta let some more water off of it today. The next thing I think that did wonders for my pond this year was my aeration system. Now, I've had an aerator on this pond for about 5 or 6 years. Whenever we first stocked this with fish, I put an aerator in, and it used to live over there by that boat, and it had one aeration head kind of out there in that general vicinity. But after I connected with the pond guy, they said, hey man, that aerator is not near big enough. You need 2 heads. That pond is not getting turned like it should. And when they said that, I believed them, because if you used to swim out by the old aerator head, it was very cold. You could tell the water in that area was not getting mixed with the rest of the pond. So this year I added the Airmax unit with 2 aeration heads, which you can see out here. And I'm telling you this year, guys, when you would swim out by these, you had uniform temperature all the way across the pond. That right there is easy proof that the water's being turned as it should. So then when you add your dye, your EcoBoost, your PondClear, you now have something actually moving all of that through the water and evenly distributing it. And if you didn't see my videos about the Airmax, here it is. Little 1/2 horsepower compressor in there with 2 lines running out. This little guy's been awesome. And just in general, having this setup out here, security lights, cameras, solar panels for the well pump, the aerator, got the tank for the fire hose going on. This little area has become, call it Pond Central, and will ultimately be the power source for the water feature going in next spring. So Adam, you're kind of sending mixed signals. What is it? ClearPAC, the aerator? Well, it's both. This is a system. There's not a magic bullet here. These are all kind of things you need to be doing in conjunction with one another if you want to have a body of water that looks like this. And don't get me wrong, it didn't always look like this. We did get a handful of algae blooms, and that's where the Algae Defense comes in. You can spray that down. Because in July we had a handful of blooms we had to knock down, but generally it's been pretty clear. Also, here's a little bit of just fun for you guys. When I was using this, I've noticed that the MuckAway smells terrible. I mean, it smells so bad that you know it's gonna work. And for whatever reason, the PondClear smells like car wash soap. This actually smells good. It smells like car wash soap or some kind of car cleaner. And then these Altoids, oh, like I'm not kidding. Like, I don't know, what would that be? Dead raccoon? And so I was curious enough that I actually texted Jason, the president of the pond guy, and asked him, I said, why does this smell so good compared to the MuckAway? And he said that basically this has EcoBoost in it, this powdery stuff. They had to use a surfactant in this because it helps cut down on the dust. And if you have too much dust, then these dissolvable bags will not close. And so that's the difference. You know, that's kind of the MuckAway is kind of the raw form, and this is the doctored up show pony form. Anyway, thought you'd find that interesting. I guess just really if you guys happen to buy this set yourself, so you're not thinking, uh-oh, I got a bad batch here. So another item I want to show you, and it doesn't really affect the water clarity as much, but just the usefulness and call it the clarity of the beach, especially in the water, is this Muck Razor here. I'll show you it in action here in a moment. But what it does is basically turn the bottom. So in our case, sand, and you can see that it has these bends on the feet. When you push it, it just kind of cups and turns the bottom. And so we recently had a bunch of rain here in Indiana. You can see how hard packed our beach is. And if it doesn't get used every day or every weekend, the sand out there in the water can also become hard packed. And I found that these rains actually do pack that in the water as well, because we're often bringing more sand, as you can see here, down into the water. And it's much more fun to walk on fluffy sand, this turned sand, than the hard pack stuff. And probably the most important thing, if you use this in places that aren't swimming areas, is that it's constantly turning the bottom so stuff can't grow there. Not as big of an issue here in the sand, but if you have areas that are more shallow where growth can occur, this is what you would use to keep that cut down. This thing has another long handle there. I'm not going to put that on right now, but here you can see as I push this how it starts to turn the bottom. And when you get it in the water, it fills with water, so it helps draw it down a little bit more. You'll probably see a fair amount of sediment roll off of this because it's been raining so much. So you can see some of the silt in the water, the clay, that has hit the sand bottom there. We're just kind of working it off. If I did this every day, when you first did this, you probably wouldn't see that clay being suspended like that. What's nice is you can do this, you know, the night before, early morning before people show up, and then when you first come into the water, you're not going to see that silt pop up. But you can get an idea right there just how it turns the sand bottom. Much nicer on the feet. And of course I always rake this down with the tractor. But another very cool product that the pond guy has, love that thing, certainly part of the repertoire routine going forward. So I don't really think you can point to just one thing this year. Better aeration, more frequent dosing interval, using products that address the pond or attack the pond water in different ways. MuckAway on the bottom, EcoBoost binding up nutrients that don't need to be there, keep the algae from growing on them, PondClear to clarify your water column, the dye slowing down sunlight penetration. They all work in conjunction with one another. You know, it's one thing for me to notice the improvement year over year. I'm out here all the time. I hyperanalyze everything about this pond. But when my friends and family come out to visit or swim, they look at the water and say, "What are you doing this year? It looks so much better than it did last year." That right there is a real difference maker. And again, I wish it was nice, bright, and sunny today, because when the sunlight hits this, it looks so much different. But let's grab a little bit of water here, a little pond water, and just see what it looks like in this water bottle. Then honestly, we need to go let some water off the pond. We are full. So obviously there's some dye in there. But man, that's some pretty clear water. You kind of pour it blue against blue so you just see the white. Let's check water temp while we're here. I'm afraid our swimming days might be over. We're down about 78. I don't know, maybe one more weekend. It's gonna be chilly. I mean, 78's not bad, but here a couple days it's supposed to be like 58 overnight. So yeah, there's another look at the water. It's pretty clean, clear stuff. And it is a little turbulent right now. We had a big old rain yesterday. I think like 1.8 inches, hence the overflow maxed out. If you're wondering why I have to manually open my overflow, well, it's a long story. Just thumb back through some old videos. Add that to the list of projects to get done. So the ClearPAC system, the aeration I have going out here, fantastic. Now I also don't want to oversell this. This is not a magic bullet. Did I have days when I had filamentous algae on the pond? You bet. There was a couple days in late July when I started questioning myself, thinking, did I miss a dose? What am I doing wrong? Why is there so much filamentous algae on the pond? Think about it this way. It's like eating right, working out, and getting a good amount of sleep. If you do those three things, you're generally going to be pretty healthy and not have to go to the doctor as often. It doesn't eliminate the chance of you getting sick, but it just lowers it. Kind of the same with the pond and algae. Thanks for that anecdote too, by the way, Jason. Like that. Hey, here comes a little sunshine for us to wrap this video up. See a number of fish swimming off right there. Tell you, you cannot beat it when the sun's shining and you're at the pond. So is this system worth it? I think so. You know, the only difference between this and what I've done in the past is really the dosing frequency. So you're out here every 2 weeks hitting this thing. But let's be honest, if you're managing a pond and managing it right, you're out there far more than once every 2 weeks anyway. And really all the dosing can be done from the shore. I've even gotten to the point where I'm pouring dye in from the far side and just let it go through. I used to take the boat out and go. But those little PondClear packs, those things travel pretty well. My son was throwing them out here. Same with the MuckAway. You just toss it in and then mixing up the EcoBoost. It's really not that difficult at all. Actually though, there is one thing that ClearPAC did not do for me this year, and maybe someone at the Pond Guy can help me answer the question as to why. I don't know the answer. For everything it did for the pond to make it look really nice, the one thing it did not do is mow by the pond or keep the edges all trimmed up nice and neat. So if anyone at the Pond Guy is in fact watching this, please let me know, why did ClearPAC fail me? All right, that is enough of my water quality spiel. Let's actually go unload some of this quality water off the pond. Headed down here into the creek to open up the overflow on the pond. You can kind of already see how murky some of the water in the creek is over there. I said 1.8 inches of rain again last night, I believe, something like that. It's just been non-stop here in Indiana. All right, so if you haven't seen this before, you're in for a treat. It's pretty cool, actually. Wait till you see the pond eye in here. I'll tell you what, I'm curious if there's any viewers out there who've seen this channel enough to understand why I'm doing this or why I have to do it, i.e. why I keep this thing closed. Drop the comment and explain it below, and I'll just pin your comment at the top. Uh-oh. Don't mind me, just unloading some Kool-Aid. I had to put that splash rock there because it's starting to really erode. What's cool is here in a little bit, you get enough water running down through here, you'll see a clean separation between the murky water coming through and where the pond water starts. It's kind of like oil and water. We'll let that run for a while. Let's go check the other side. Water on here than I thought there was. that will run that way for probably 3+ hours before, you know, we're kind of back to equilibrium here. I'll maybe check on it at the end of this video and let you know. Let's go check on the swamp. More water than we know what to do with. More good water and more bad water. And after having this mostly cleaned up last week, we're back to square one out here again. Need to get some gas, pump this down. You saw that video last week of me doing that. It's never ending. But I think after posting that video and talking to all you guys, I am going to make this priority 1. Priority 2 is going to be the leak. And then priority 3 next spring will be the water feature I've been working on. See, doesn't this thing look phenomenal when the sunlight hits it? So I got about a minute of sunlight left before clouds step in again. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. So if you've managed a pond before, you know how frustrating it can be when you don't get the results that you want, especially when you spend your hard-earned money on products you think are going to work. If you've been around the channel for a while, you guys know that I like things that just work, and this system works. There's no magic bullet. It's the ClearPAC, it's the aeration, it's the dye. But man, I could not be more pleased with my results. Because when your friends and family come out here and look at the pond to swim for the afternoon and say, damn, this thing looks good. What have you been doing? It makes you feel good to know all the time and effort and money that goes into this thing are appreciated. Yeah, she's still running pretty strong. Probably going to for a few hours. Maybe I'll drop a comment down below and let you know how long it ran this way before it slowed down. My guess is several hours anyway. A few inches off of an acre, it's a lot of water. Actually, it's pretty mathematical. What is it? 27,154 times 3. 81,462 gallons. Yeah, that's a little bit of water. Oh yeah, check this out. It's pretty cool. So now, got the big blue river going here. Looks like Kings Island in the rapids. And check it out, you got the perfect cut between the murky water and the blue pond water. Tell you what, I should bottle this up and sell it. Who wants some premium pond water? Dyed, treated, perfect. Tell you, nothing runs like a deer or a pond overflow at Indy Farm Life. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.